Hi everyone, today we're going to be installing aluminum accelerator, brake, clutch, as well as dead pedals in this 2018 Volkswagen Golf R. My friend picked it up not too long ago, and obviously this comes with a manual transmission, but it also comes with these stock pedals, which are not necessarily that great, and as you can see, they simply just pop off and don't really look as great. Another thing about these pedals is the fact that the brake and the accelerator pedals are kind of far apart, and what that means is that you cannot easily heel and toe. This car does not have automatic rev matching, so heel and towing on this car is kind of difficult, but we actually have a solution for this. So this is my solution. These are the pedals from Rennline that I mentioned earlier, and this is an accelerator pedal, but it's not a regular accelerator pedal. This accelerator pedal has an optional extension. So with this in place, you'll be able to heel and tow a lot easier because this puts your accelerator pedal a bit closer to the brake pedal. So when you're actually heel and towing, you can easily slide your foot. Imagine my hand is my foot. You can easily slide your foot to the side and hopefully become a better driver. My friend will track this car, so heel and towing is absolutely crucial, and this Rennline product will make this job a lot easier. Let me show you what the kit comes with. So these are actually three separate kits. You have this footrest, and it comes with its own instruction as well as a set of screws. You have the clutch, brake, and the accelerator pedal that come in its own separate package as a kit, and obviously, as I mentioned earlier, you have this optional accelerator extension which makes heel and towing a lot easier. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the pedals. I already removed the clutch. We're going to slide off the brake pedal, as well as the accelerator. And as you can see, these are just simple covers that go over stock pedals. So this is your R pedal that comes when you purchase this car. They slap this over and it makes it look racy. What this doesn't do is this actually doesn't have these dimples that the Rennline piece has, and this actually tends to be very slippery. Now, to install this pedal, we decided to actually space it a bit closer to the brake pedal, but it's totally up to you. You can mount it in the center, you can mount it to the right a little bit, as long as this side doesn't stick out. And this kit comes with self-tapping screws, but before we actually use the self-tappers, we're going to drill holes. First, the top hole to align how spaced out we want it to be, and then the bottom one at the very end, to make sure it's adjusted as straight as possible. And now that this screw is drilled, we can put the extension at the bottom, screw this in place, and then do the bottom at the very end to make sure it's adjusted as properly as we want it to be. Okay, so this is what happens. This is your extension. The extension goes underneath the gas pedal, and you've got two matching holes. And it's as simple as putting this self-tapper, matching it to where we drill the hole. I'm assuming it's here. And now we're actually going to use a screwdriver so we can feel the pressure and the tension. So now my friend is adjusting how spaced out he wants it to be. Okay, it's been adjusted. We can drill the second hole. All right, now we're just gonna put the screw back in place, hand tighten it so we don't over tighten the plastic. The gas pedal is done. We can do the brake, clutch, and dead stop next. Next, we're gonna attach the brake pedal, and to do this, we're actually gonna use two mounting holes. So what you do is you just pop these rubber pieces out, and again, align it on the pedal where you want this to position. Drill all the way through, but in this case, you're gonna drill with a thicker bit because this comes with nuts and bolts as opposed to self-tappers, just like we did on the brake pedal. Brake pedal taps into plastic. This brake pedal is metal, Actually, the clutch pedal is plastic, so we can use self-tappers on the plastic one. Brake pedal is metal, so we have to use nuts and bolts, but luckily everything is supplied with the kit. So the hole has been drilled, and again, we're gonna start with just one, align the pedal, and then do the top one next. So this is the bolt that's going through, and a nut is gonna come from the back. And this is actually a, what do you call it? A self-braking? Self-locking. This is called a self-locking nut, so you are certain that it will now loosen up on you. And to tighten it, we're gonna hold a wrench in the back and tighten it with a screwdriver in the front. And just like before, we can align it now as well as we can. This is a little behind the scenes of what the install looks like. I've got Lucas here who's doing the install. I've got my daughter here who is helping us. And I've got me doing the filming. Right, Violet? Look at your mouth. Come on! There could be some metal shavings stuck to the back of the pedal, so you can scrape it as well as you can. And just like before, you tighten it with a screwdriver and a wrench holding it from the back. And with the clutch pedal, we popped these two rubber pieces out because they perfectly align with the holes on the clutch. So no need for self-tappers, we're just gonna use the top two bolts. What I love about these pedals is you can actually adjust the height of the clutch pedal. You can slide it up or down, up or down.
Very nice.
While we're working on the car, I gotta tell you that in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna take this car for a thorough review and a spin, and I'm gonna give you my impressions. So far, I drove it. I've gotta say, it's awesome. And now last piece, the footrest. We could take out the OEM one, but that would expose the carpet. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna use the supplied self-tappers that came with this Rennline kit, and we're going to self-tap directly into this aluminum piece. Maybe it's plastic, but that means we're gonna have a stronger hold on the footrest, and it's gonna look a lot more OEM because the rubber piece that's down there in the corner is gonna remain in place. First step is we drill a tiny hole, and then we tighten it with a screw and finish it off by tightening it by hand. Perfect. And we're done. Let's give it a quick vacuum and let's see what the final product looks like when it's all nice and clean. And we're done. Check it out. Bam, look at this beautiful clean install. You've got the footrest, which sits beautifully, the clutch pedal, brake, as well as the gas pedal. It all looks really, really cool. And while driving, this is what it's gonna look like. All right, that was nice and easy. I wanted to say thank you to Rennline for sponsoring this video and providing a free set of these pedals. My review was 100% honest. You know how I do these things. When vendors send me things, I am 100% honest. And with this pedal, I am absolutely satisfied, and so is my friend. The quality is second to none. The instructions are very easy. The install is somewhat easy, as you can tell. You need some drill bits and an actual drill, maybe a screwdriver, a wrench, and a couple of beers to complete the job. Once you get that out of the way, you should be good to go. But the final product is absolutely amazing. I will link these pedals down in the description, but at the same time, let me know what you think about these pedals in this video. Give me thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.